Seems all the other knights already have their hands full.
Sure feels gloomy. People probably don't come here often, do they? Huh? Are Paimon's eyes playing tricks? Or are there things embedded in the statue?
Visions.
Visions? You mean all the visions that are collected from the Vision Hunt decree are put into the statue?
So you've already heard of the Vision Hunt decree. Before I try to explain, I should perhaps remind you first that Mondstadt is the City of Freedom, and Liyue, as for Inazuma, it's known as the Nation of Eternity. The Raiden Shogun is both the nation's most powerful ruler and its deity. The Eternity in question is her endless and unchanging will to rule over Inazuma. As such, she relies on the Tri-Commission to regulate the nation's affairs and the Sakoku Decree to limit the people's movement. The Shogun wishes to keep Inazuma in stasis, allowing the stream of time to flow from one end to the other without disturbing it for all time.
Seems like every god has their own will.
Of course, this is my own limited understanding. As for the reason behind the recent Vision Hunt decree, perhaps the Shogun believes that visions grant people the power to change, and that her eternity doesn't... Whatever the case, the fact is that the Raiden Shogun has dispatched the Tenryou Commission to scour the nation for visions, embedding each one in this statue. And this statue of the omnipresent god can be seen as Inazuma's symbol of eternity.
But if that's the case, wouldn't you say that the Raiden Shogun is being... oh, I don't know...
Only outlanders such as yourselves would ever dare speak out so directly against the Raiden Shogun. And yet, I agree. The Vision Hunt decree is something that simply should not exist. And Miss Kamisato has been committed to fighting it since the day it was announced.
Huh? Hey, are you okay? You look like your mind is elsewhere.
Sound? What sound? I didn't hear anything. Did something happen?
Yeah, you touched the statue, and then what?
Aspirations? That would seem to confirm the saying. Have you heard it before? That when a person's ambition reaches a certain strength, the gods look upon them with favor. That is where visions come from. In other words, a person's vision represents their ambition. So if what you just said is true, then the ambitions of these people are stronger than I imagined. Alright, time for the next stop on our tour of Narukami Island, the Kamisato residence.
Finally!
restaurant?
This will slow things down.
kind of place where the big shots of Inazuma live, huh? Paimon kinda expected it to be snazzier.
Welcome at last to the Kamisato residence, honored guest. Miss Kamisato was delighted to finally meet you.
Is this the Shirazage Himegimi you keep going on about? So, behind the screen?
Yes. As the daughter of the Yashiro Commission, this is how Miss Kamisato... Consider it a time-honored tradition within the Yashiro Commission. Forgive me if this is an
Makes sense. She's a super important person after all.
Please forgive my lack of courtesy for receiving you in this fashion, especially following such a long and wearisome... I have awaited your arrival with great anticipation, and Toma assures me that you do indeed possess the power to change the tide of the times. At present in Inazuma, in the name of the Vision Hunt Decree, though the Yashiro Commission serves the Shogun, it is the people with whom we share close bonds. A commission's power rises and falls with the trust of their people. The Traveler, lend us your power, and we can... Oh.
See, milady, it's just like I said. This...
No, please! Wait! Please, don't go! I will introduce you to the Raiden Shogun on one condition. You must fulfill 3...
What are your wishes?
They pertain to 3 whose visions were taken from them. Perhaps once you've met them, you will...
A warrior who guards a village, a former samurai who helped carry out the Vision Hunt Decree, and a swordmaster determined to become the best in the world. Does Paimon...
Correct. Please do all you can. Then you have...
I'm sure you'll do great.
Let's see. Where's the person Ayaka told us about?
Why are you doing this? Why leave all of a sudden, after all these years?
Precisely. It's much too sudden. We've had no time to prepare. The children are desperate for you to take them out to play. Please, we urge...
That must be the guy Ayaka told us about. Let's go over and see.
You must also be here to try and convince Tejima to stay. Tejima has protected this place ever since he arrived here 30 years ago, keeping out the treasure hoarders fending off any monsters that draw near. But now, all of a sudden, he says he plans to leave us. We will gladly apologize if that's the...
If you want my opinion, it's clear that Tejima had done nothing wrong. I can't claim to fully, and truth be told, we aren't sure what...
Seems like he's a well-respected guy around here. You must be Tejima. So what's made you want to up and leave all of a sudden?
Me? It's not a question of why I want to leave, but a question of what reason I would have to stay. True, but that's not... And what made me want to come here 30 years ago? And why have I never I don't have answers to those questions, because I can't remember anymore. Ever since they took my vision away, it's like... In the past, I knew I wanted to stay here.
Okay. Well, in that case... But if you can't remember... Oh! Maybe if you just try a little harder to remember, then it'll all come flooding back?
Oh, that reminds me. Last time I brought Tejima some fruit, I do believe I saw him writing in a diary.
I keep a diary? If you say so. I honestly can't seem to remember.
Oh, yes, you do. And what's more, I remember you saying at the time that you wanted to make a note of...
Perfect! So if we want to keep Tejima from leaving...
If you don't mind, we will...
This looks like Tejima's diary, all right. Let's see what we have today. The villagers and I got together to cook dry braised salted fish. I messed up and burned today. I helped rescue a kid who had fallen in the water. After I pulled him out, I went kite flying today. The string broke, so I... Seems like your average diary of... Huh? Wait, there's more! I went to pray at the shrine again today and stayed there a while. The omamori you gave me has faded a little, but it is still my most treasured possession. Now that's the kind of info we're looking for! So this is the omamori... interesting. Looking at the color and the... But anyway, if he had this with him, all the... The soil looks like it must be something pretty amazing if it made him stick around for... It looks like a letter. The paper's gone yellow. Must have been written a really long time. Konda Village. Sounds so familiar. Where is that place again? So the reason Tejima came here was to wait for someone. But he's been here for 30 years. Oh, guess they did... Well, let's go give
well be. But I have no memory of anything that's written in this diary. Still, it's clear that I was waiting for someone here, and that I chose to wait for 30 years. Over the years, I must have made a note of anything interesting. And just look at all the things that did happen over the years. The time has flown by so quickly that how could I have forgotten something so important to me? Love, regret, everything I felt for her. No. After all, I've forgotten who she was. Her face, her voice. It's as if she'd never been in my life to begin with. As if... I think... maybe not. If this is something I waited... Although, what if she were to turn up eventually? Only to find I didn't remember so much as her name. Wouldn't that, when I think about it like that? I do... How curious. Why am I thinking like this when I don't even remember who she is? It's just like that feeling... I shall...
Tejima seems to be dealing... okay. Seems it's just like Ayaka and Tomo. That certainly explains the state At least we were able to... Well... According to Miss Kamisato, the second one who lost their vision is a samurai from the Tenryou Commission.
Don't worry.
They say the Tenryou Commission is directly controlled by the Shogun. They're the ones responsible for maintaining law and order in Inazuma. The ones actually enforcing the Vision Hunt decree. But why would they take action against one of their own? Paimon doesn't get it. Huh? There seems to be some commotion over there. Let's go see what's happening.
I'll ask one more time. Do you intend to withhold this month's emergency provisions?
The entire clan is counting on that food! We demand an explanation!
How many times do I have to say it? I don't know anything about emergency...
You dare deceive us?
You samurai think you can just do whatever you please? The Tenryou Commission will hear of this!
Oh, huh? And who are you? One of Kurosawa's gang, no doubt.
What? We just happened to be passing by. We heard the commotion and came to see what the matter was.
I see. You seem to have come just at the right time. Perhaps you can help us settle this matter. This is Kurosawa. He's a samurai and a member of the Shogun's army. In the past, we'd simply ask him for provision. He's keeping the provisions for him.
No one seems to care about us. We used to think Kurosawa was a kind man. It's no wonder all the visions have been confiscated.
This must be one of the people Ayaka. Maybe we should talk to Kurt.
I've never even... I don't know whether it's rumor. My own family can barely get by as it is. And that's the first bit of truth I've heard all...
Well, that's strange.
To be perfectly, all I know is that I will perform, and... it's not just that.
Does it have to do with the...
I didn't take any. Like I... To top it all off, if you don't believe me...
But we better confirm. We should be able to follow their...
Natsuko. She's so cool.
We really outdid ourselves this time. All those samurai houses packed with goods. We really hit the jackpot. I mean, besides that one house.
You haven't seen anything yet. There'll be a lot more where this came from. Today's just the beginning. I'll be leading you all on an epic You demand, boss!
These seem like the treasure...
Another test subject. Fry!
Come a little closer.
Motion to compel.
Dodge this!
You're open! The wrong test subject.
Oh, there goes all the Mora! We worked hard to steal that, you know? Come on, boss, think of something.
Not bad, kid. You ever think of joining the treasure hoarders? We could use someone like you. Kurosawa. Oh, I remember. So he's the one who sent you after us, huh? Just our luck. I knew...
So what did you see inside? Was it stuffed with...
Food supplies. I didn't want anyone else to see it, so I was planning on... But now that you've caught us, how about we make a deal?
You've got a deal!
Huh?
What the... There's nothing in here but IOU!
Yeah, a lot of them cheap, and they all seem to be made out to the owner of a general goods store. A Miss Aoi. We better talk to this Miss Aoi and get to the bottom of... As for you guys, you're free to go. Just pray that our paths don't cross again.
Yes.
So, we redeemed ourselves for some IOUs. Does that mean we broke even?
Shut it. Let's just get out of here.
Welcome to Tsukumomono Grocery. Or perhaps there's... so you're friends of Kurosawa.
Whoa, let's not. How did Kurosawa end up owing you so much money?
Let me think. Kurosawa would come regularly to purchase large quantities of food. However, the price of...
So that's how he was getting the... But why did he have to purchase a...
Well, if you think about it, the Kurosawa thought that, so he deemed it
Wow. And no one ever appreciated...
People's attitudes will always... if you ask me, had Kurosawa told Of course, I'm sure there would still have been some unrest. As for why if you're still curious, why don't you go I see. Most unfortunate. If he doesn't clear the debt on his name...
Sword?
Oh, didn't he tell you? He possesses a very valuable blade. I've asked him about its origin. In hindsight, I regret... Why don't you ask him about the sword? Oh, but before you go...
But we didn't buy anything!
Information is also a kind... Don't worry. I won't charge much for information about Kurosawa. Nothing we ever discussed.
At least we now know where the emergency provision... Let's go talk to Kurt...
I presented them with a choice. It turned out to be a real time. Did you manage to track down the treasure hoarders?
That just about sums it up. It turns...
Strange. Is that really the kind of person I was? I don't really have any such Why was I purchasing emergency But I cannot deny that when I brandished my sword to scare those two away... This sword was once... I remember once... What did he say? It would seem that I forgot. All I can remember now is my father telling me, and...
Hey! If you look here, can you recognize the words?
Virtue and... Somehow those two words seem to explain taking on seemingly in... But what use are virtue and... The Tenryo Commission seized my vision. And the very people I was so desperately trying to help. And the irony of all of it is, I'm incapable of being a...
Yet another When we get the chance, in any case, we must never let him sell off that sword. Yeah. See, fortunately for us, let's go find the next port. The third person who had their vision taken is supposed to be a famous sword master around these parts. Paimon heard that he's the present-day master of Meikyo Shisui art. Sounds pretty impressive. This is his dojo. Luckily, there's some people around. Let's go talk to them.
Nanako, don't worry. Since those thugs that challenged the dojo were...
Maybe, but I'm still worried about him. Things have gotten dangerous before in the past, but it's never...
It's just because he's been...
Hey there! Did something happen?
Who are you? I don't care whether you're Don't make me draw my blade, or you won't...
No! You got it so wrong. We just came here to...
Disciples?
Yep. We've heard all about the mighty master of Meikyo Shisui art. But then we got here and overheard you talk.
Please, accept my apologies. You haven't arrived at the best of times, I'm afraid. Sensei got possessed recently, and he's still recovering. He's not able to take on any new disciples for the time. I see you are earnest in your Sensei's name is Dome, though self-taught. He once said that his goal was to become the best, and so, even what... But then...
Not long ago, Sensei had he says the strangest thing. Junya and I have discussed it, and we... But if I'm honest, I
The Grand Naru Company.
You haven't heard of it? Not that we'd have any means, so don't worry, Nanako. Sensei is going to be... The exorcism will take place this evening.
So, losing...
Shh. So you decided to come just now. When she asked him who the people were, it looked like he was in great distress. All the while he kept calling those... One of them was Anza. Sensei wouldn't stop. The ritual has now begun. Please, excuse me.
Huh? Who's that sneaking around? We won't let them get away with it. Seems they aren't here. Should we keep going further up? Is this definitely the right place? Let's look a little further up. Suspicious person sighted! That's gotta be him!
How? Or unless...
Excuse? And what are you doing sneaking?
Bad news? I don't care to talk about that time.
His senior?
Anzai? Yes, that's me. Because I don't wish to see Domon or anyone else associated with him ever again. When we were young, I had begun training 5 practitioners of making, but Domon was different. Sensei scolded him. I thought so too. Only then did I realize he was consumed by his...
Sure sounds like...
Because until he arrived, of all the disciples, Domon's arrival later... After that I wanted... So, when I heard... I decided to quit. So you see, I came... Okay, you've heard my story. You should get back now. The exorcism is probably finishing.
Seems like we got it wrong this... Still, Paimon's not sure we...
You're saying he isn't possessed? Does that mean he's just lost his mind? But how is that possible?
Nanako, please.
I am sorry. With what powers I have, I can find no sign of any malignant spirit having possessed Domon. But spirits may take a myriad of forms in this world, and all is certainly not
Lady Yai?
The head shrine maiden?
Correct. Lady Yai is I am unable to say for...
Excuse me.
That won't be necessary. All that is required of you is your timely arrival. I must leave now.
Who'd have thought Lady Yai herself would...
Do you mean to say that Sensei...
No. That's not what I meant at all. I just mean this is Lady... Anyway, given that you've traveled all this way just to meet our sensei, we did this...
Sure! After all, who knows? Maybe we'll be able to...
What? Another bad one?
Do you think that's Lady Ai? Also, is it just Paimon? Or did she...
Keep away. I gave up the art of the...
As you can see, Domon has
Lady Ai, this is nothing like...
I'm sorry. Yes. This unable to cope with the tremendous as one who is thrown into the sea. As for what has triggered...
Stripped of his ambition.
Your school practice, stillness of mind, freedom from... There was once... Then... What if Lady Ai, I'm... the path of the... It requires one to take... There's only a deep commitment to his ambition. When that ambition did... Poor Sensei.
I'm sorry, Father.
That's enough.
Huh? Did he follow us the whole...
Ansai, you're here for revenge.
You're right to assume that my feelings towards you are far from kindly. But I didn't come here to settle a score. It's been so long, I don't think now I know that but that is no reason.
But what if one day I put everything, if there's a chance...
Have you asked them?
Sensei, I can't know whether I want to keep going.
Nanako's far from the only one.
Goodness.
You see? Being stripped of your ambition is something that... you are not in the same position.
I'm sorry to have made you work. I no longer have the result. But as your sensei, this is my promise.
You can count on that, but I am... Well, don't just...
So even though his ambition was taken away, his disciples can take it over on his behalf. Guess that sort of solves this one, huh?